Hey guys, welcome back again. I'm going to go straight into this one, much like we did with the deadlift fix the other week. This is one of the common mistakes I see with squatting and how to fix it, and that is the chest coming forward towards the floor, making it extremely hard for you to squat. It would look like this. If I was doing it with just an air squat, just body weight, I'd be hitting my squat and my chest would start coming to the floor and making it really hard for me to squat. If a bar is on my back, it puts excessive load on the back, particularly the lower back, and makes it really hard for us to kind of get up out of a squat. And it ends up being more like a good morning, which is like this, which isn't going to be that effective for really working the legs and the quads. It's also going to limit the weight you can lift because your back is in a compromised position. So why does this happen and how do we fix it? Now, a lot of people will tell you that it's tight hip flexors. And this can be a point, but I don't think that it's the real reason. Your hip flexors, basically, they attach into like your femur here, nice and high up, and then onto your lower back. So if they're very tight, as you start squatting, it pulls your chest down. I personally think it's much more down to your ankle mobility and your ankle flexibility. And this is why. If you are squatting, let me kick this bar out of the way. If you're squatting, and you can't get your knees very far forward because you're limited in the range of your calf. So let's say I can only get my knees to just before, they don't go past my toes. This is the max amount I have. If I want to get lower, I've got to send my bum back further to keep my center of balance over my body. Otherwise, I'm going to fall backwards. If I want to stay nice and upright and I can't send my toes forwards, I'm going to fall out of the back. So I need to get more range in my knees, which would make me be able to do this. If I can send my knees further forwards, I can keep my chest upright and I can squat with a nice upright back. Means my legs get worked loads and I'm not massively taxing my lower back. So how do you increase the range, the mobility and the flexibility of your ankle region? This is how. So the first thing I want to do is I want you to see how much range you have at the moment and give you a way to kind of test. So you can see how much further you're getting. This is the 5-inch test. You're going to use your fist and your thumb, and that's the distance you're going to come away from the wall. So I'm going to take where my skirting board is, put my fist and my thumb there, put my front foot here, keeping this heel on the floor. Can I push this knee to touch the wall? Mine's actually pretty good, and yes I can. Brilliant. Can I do it on the other side? Fist and a thumb away, bob, 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 bob. Yes, I can. I have good ankle mobility. A lot of people, if I got Leon here, to be honest, we tried this earlier, he's going to be here. So he's limited in how much ankle flexibility he has. So how can we increase that ankle flexibility? Lots of ways. We can foam roll, and we can just spend some time going through this, finding any points that are nice and slow, any points that are quite sore, spend a little bit longer in them. Now, maybe 5 minutes max on this is going to be absolutely fine. Do that on both sides. We can also get a kettlebell, a dumbbell, anything that has a little bit of weight on it. Make sure our foot is sitting nice and flat, and we can put that weight on the front of our knee as we lean forwards like this. And the weight of the kettlebell pushing down on the knee is going to send that foot further forwards or that knee further forwards, trying to keep our heel on the floor. That is the most important thing. We can then use very simple calf stretches. So we can go in this position here and we can stretch out our calves. All these things are releasing off that tissue, that fascia, all that kind of the Achilles, the calf, the plantar fascia underneath the foot. You can get under there with a ball and roll that out. All these things are going to allow you to get that knee closer to the wall, which converts into, when you're squatting, be able to keep your back and your chest more upright, which means the bar path travels nice and straight, makes your squats easier, means you can use your legs more without feeling like you're pickling your back. There you go, guys. I hope that one's helped. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Any questions you have about what I've been through, leave them below. Next exercise you want to see, or maybe you want to see the squat and you want to see a different problem that happens with the squat, and maybe the knees are kicking in, leave me a comment below and I'll come back. If you haven't, please do subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye, team.